Very old.
Not so fast, you little whippersnapper. NBA star Vince Carter may be old compared to the kids in his summer basketball camp, but he's still got game and playing games at the professional level. Every year, Vince holds this camp in, well, the house that Vince built, also known as the Vince Carter Athletic Center at Mainland High School in Daytona Beach. As you might expect, the campers run through basketball drills, they hone their skills, and they learn about the game.
Hands above your head.
But Vince and his coaching staff also are laying the groundwork that can help these kids have a healthy life years from now on or off the court.
At age 42, Vince Carter is the oldest active player in the NBA today. He's heading into his 22nd season and he's going to be playing against guys that are more than half his age. If Vince is not an example of what living a healthy lifestyle can do for you, I'm not sure what is.
Yes, I'm the older kid. I'm the oldest guy on the block. But I work just as hard, and I still believe that I can compete or I deserve to be here. So it translates out here as well.
In other words, he's walking the walk that he's preaching to these kids, and he's reinforcing the healthy lifestyle messaging with other coaches who have either played at or worked with athletes at the professional level. Meet Coach Sondhi. She's certified as a personal trainer and stretch therapist and as a CrossFit coach. But when she's working the camp with kids, she's working to create good lifelong habits in her younger trainees.
It's not about who is the best athlete, and it's not about who can, shoot the ball the best or kick the ball the farthest or throw the ball the farthest. It's just about moving and effort. We're trying to instill in these kids that as long as they're moving and having fun, not everything has to be a drag, so we try to make it as fun as possible.
Coach Joe Giddens played high school basketball with Vince and then moved on to college, followed by football in the Canadian and Arena Leagues. Now is head basketball coach at Mainland High School and a coach in Vince's camp. He sees a difference in today's young athletes.
It's a lot different. When I was in school, we was outside more. We did a lot of more things outside, running, playing the playground, kickball, different stuff like that. Nowadays, the kids have video games. They're on their phones, so they're not doing as much stuff outside as we did. And I think it's a big problem at times when guys come to practice with me. I'm doing more running, stuff that I know, and it's tough. It's tough for a lot of the kids.
All three of these coaches encourage the campers to treat their body right. That's through exercise and staying active and by eating healthy foods. When working with the kids, the coaches point straight to Vince and they say,
he wouldn't have lasted 22 years in the NBA if he did not take care of his body. He's very cognizant and aware of what he puts in his body, especially for him to be able to last this long. I mean, besides the fact that he's a bit of a freak of nature, he really takes the time and puts in the effort to take care of his body.
He's always doing the healthy stuff, get his proper rest, and then the stuff that he used to eat when he was younger, when he first got in the league, he don't eat anymore. So you have to change a lot of that, and that's what I try to talk to the kids about, changing your diet, how it varies. It's important.
Coach Sondhi has a simple way to explain the good foods, the not so good foods, and those kids should just stay away from. She uses a stoplight. There are green foods, yellow foods, and red foods.
Green foods are green foods, so any fruits, vegetables, whole grains, they can have that all the time. Yellow foods would be stuff like chips or, ice cream every once in a while. And woe foods are your sodas, your candies, all that sort of junky junk food, but that are high in sugar and high in fat. Those are the ones that you want to stay away from.
Vince lives a healthy lifestyle, but freely admits he still has a few challenges now and then.
Bad habits are still chocolate chip cookies and a red velvet cake. If I'm gonna go off the grid and eat bad, I don't go all the way. So I'll have a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but I won't eat the bread. I'll just eat the actual meat itself, the chicken itself.
As for steering clear of those forbidden red light foods, even though he gave it up 2 decades ago, Vince knows soda is not one of the easy habits to break.
It's tough to tell a kid to cut it out completely. So I would say, hey, instead of drinking 5 sodas a day, let's try 2 sodas a day for 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, I would say, let's go to 1. And in 2 more weeks, let's cut it out for the week. Well, you tend to not want that anymore. And then now you can work into something else, maybe the intake of bread.
This camp only lasts 1 week. The coaches are making every minute count to make a difference in the physical and emotional habits these kids will continue to develop as they mature. I had to ask the campers, does hanging around these, quote, old guys really inspire you?
Yeah, I feel like being around him and learning from him will help me be better in the future.
This is like getting me like conditioned. So now like I'm like, okay, this is good for me. It'll build my stamina and like you can get back into shape if you're out of shape, and it's just good for your body and your conditioning.
Now the wise man on campus, or in the gym in this case, Vince is an example of being disciplined enough to develop and stick to those healthy habits. When he finally retires from the game and its grueling schedule, will his focus on being healthy retire too?
It is a lifestyle, because if you look at it, I walked into the NBA at 20. Now we'll be going into my 22nd year. So this is the majority of my life doing this, and this is what I know. It's a habit.
For the Florida Department of Health right here in Volusia County, I'm Dr. Holly Smith.